What's going on, everybody? This is The Way It Just coming to you with a new YouTube video. My boy Nate right here, Beauchamp. So I just got, hold on, let me first start off with my bike. 2018 Indian Scout, nice jade green color, ugly ass pipes. I just ordered a new exhaust and we're going to install this bitch today. So it's gonna be an installation video for you guys. Hope you guys are ready, and yeah, let's do this. While we getting our tools together, getting our little assortment together, let's unbox the exhaust. Why don't we? Ooh, two brothers sent us some stickers. Definitely be using those. But here is the exhaust and the parts. Woo! Look at this bad boy. Damn. Beautiful. Oh. And then you should see, yep, recording. This is the item. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is what we really want to fucking open up. Woo! Look at that bad boy. Chrome. Open. You gotta kiss it for good luck. Kiss all your pipes for good luck. Get all of this. Plastic out the way. Way better. Alright, just letting you know right now, tools that we need to include a Miller Lite. Always need a beer when you starting some new stuff. We got a little socket wrench. We got our other wrenches here. Fucking Allen keys, just because, I mean, this is just his little tool shed. So I brought my bike over. One thing that you might want to get is, or you definitely want to get, is new gaskets. For me, I'm rushing because they didn't have gaskets at the dealership that I wanted. So with that being said, I bought a little metal sheet from O'Reilly's that I can cut out the gaskets to, and if my gaskets, let's pray to God that they're not, but if my gaskets are messed up, I can use that to make some new ones. So we got a little technician over there looking at the bike. First thing we're gonna do is obviously remove our pipes, or my old pipes, and then remove the heat shields, and from there we're going to replace them with the new Two Brothers Shorty exhaust. Stay updated on that one though. As soon as we start, I'll definitely get some footage on us removing the stuff and kind of go step by step. We printed out some instructions. There really hasn't been a YouTube video on how to do it, so we're looking to be the first. And let me know what you guys think. So first thing we're doing is we got what is that, 15 millimeter wrench, and we're gonna loosen up these bolts over here. That way we can get the back exhaust taken off. I'll let him get his shit together, but you can see it. Hold on, hopefully you can get a good angle. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, you feel me? It's a little tight. Surprisingly, riding in Hawaii, you know, rust accumulates extremely quickly. This bike is, I got it in November. It's a 2018, 1900 miles, but you can already see like it's a little rusty. But so yeah, do that for this one and the bottom one, and then there's another clamp, 13 millimeter in the back, I believe, to loosen up these two. Alright guys, so doing a little status update. We removed these two bolts right here, this one and this one, and then we are attempting to remove this one, but the bolt is too long, so we resorted to other things. We removed this heat shield. It's a nice little color, you know, I was getting on it. So yeah, we removed that heat shield, and now we're continuing to work on this bolt so we can remove this top pipe and then go along and remove this bottom pipe. We're also gonna remove this this heat shield right here, so that way we can get everything adjusted. I will update you guys as we go. We're taking a quick beer break. Nate fucking cut his finger and shit, but the instructions do say if you have any doubts about putting this exhaust on, take it to a mechanic. But you know what, fuck that, we're gonna do it because sometimes you need to learn, you know what I'm saying? All right. This shit is so hard. So there's a fucking tiny ass bolt update that we can't fucking get. Pretty hard. And Indian does a good fucking job of tightening that shit. So we'll get an update when we fucking get this shit at least a little bit looser. Alright guys, so we finally got this screw out and this screw out. Extremely fucking pain in the ass for both of them, but now the fucking exhaust is a little bit more looser, and what we're gonna do from this point on is we're gonna try and pull this top one off. We're gonna pull this top one off, then we're gonna pull the bottom one off, and we're gonna go from there. Alright guys, so moving this damn exhaust is no easy task. You gotta wiggle this bitch. So like you wanna pull and wiggle it at the same time. Don't mind Beauchamp banging. He's fucking taking off the heat shield fucking clamps, so that way he can take the bottom heat shield off. But we're taking like a little break because pulling this shit is hard as fuck. It's not easy. So I mean, if you wanna watch us struggle, Beauchamp, go ahead, take a crack at it. I'll hold the front brake. All right, he said he's good. All right, well then you guys are gonna watch me take a little crack at it then. So you want to wiggle it and pull. Fuck, this shit is hard. It's not something that's easy. I don't know, I'm thinking about throwing like a little WD-40 on this bitch. You think that'll work?
Might.
Let's try that. I got it. So the trick for that one is push it all the way up and then like pull out. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but now it's time to get this one off. Did you remove all the heat shield clamps?
Yeah, this one's
okay. Is there?
There's one that I didn't. Oh, there is one right there I didn't see.
Fuck. Okay, so we got one more, but you know what? That shouldn't be a problem neither, and we should be able to move this. We should be able to move this exhaust with no problem. Yep. So I'll get back to you guys on that one and let you know any tips that you need to do to remove that one. I'm already sweating. We've been at it for probably about like 30 minutes now, just trying to get this shit off. I'm sure more experienced people, or people who have more experience, I should say, can't fucking talk right now, will definitely have a better time removing this stuff and might have a better method than I do. This is my first time ever changing my bike exhaust fully on my own. I want to get used to, you know, actually doing it, being able to be familiar with my bike, and being able to say that I did this shit by myself. Taking off that top exhaust was so I can't even fucking speak. was so rewarding. And here it is. And this motherfucker is heavy. It's not, this isn't no light thing. Like, I might hang that up somewhere. Alright guys, here's a little update of what it should look like with both, I guess you would call them slip-ons, or the stock exhaust part off. When I say that was a fucking struggle, the tip for the bottom one, honestly, you just gotta get, down and dirty. To be honest with you, I would say just keep wiggling it. Take your breaks if you need to. I'm not the strongest guy in the world, clearly. But yeah, down and dirty, keep wiggling it in like a up and down motion, and also pull while you do that, and the bottom one should come off. The top one, again, I would wiggle it as well, but when you really get it, start to push up and then pull out, and then you'll be able to definitely take that exhaust off. So now we're just now removing the heat shields off of the exhaust, and then once we get that off, we'll start moving closer to the engine and taking those pipes off to rearrange it to get that new shorty exhaust. And man, this fucking bike looks better already without that long ass exhaust, to be honest with you. So sorry, them beer burps. I can't wait to show you guys the final product. I will continue going along step by step as far as what we're doing and updates that we're getting for this Indian Scout 2018 as we put this Two Brothers shorty exhaust on this bad boy. Alright guys, so where we left off was we got the two mufflers off finally. Heavy as fuck, by the way. Now we're gonna move the rear and front header, and in there you wanna what type of tool is that again? The
4-inch extension, and I don't know what the fuck they call this shit.
Yeah, so 4-inch extension and like a swing arm, like that's the best fucking thing you could get. And what size is that? A 12? Oh wait, 1/2 inch. Half inch will fit on these two screws, which I don't know if you. All right, so you can see them, the top and bottom on this one, and then there's two on the other side that you should be able to get similar looking. Once you get those out, you'll be able to remove those off. You'll have to more than likely remove the O2 sensors, and then we'll start getting busy on this shorty exhaust. We'll get back to you when we do that one. Alright guys, so we're just having a little problem with this one screw that's right in there, kind of difficult to get. So right now we're removing the O2 sensors. There was one that was, this is it right here. It was right here where my finger is, and then this one right here that Nate is removing now. Don't break my shit. Alright, but yeah, so once we figure out how to remove this one, what tool we use, we'll definitely include that, and I'll also show you that. Alright guys, I'm back. We took a little pizza break, you know what I'm saying, we had to stop. But what you gotta do is, with this extender, you gotta fit it in here how we did it. I kind of already got it a little loose. Fit it in here, and don't be afraid to push back on this part right here. Once you get that connected and you get it in, then you take the socket wrench right here, and then you just twist it loose. We already got it loose, so now I can just keep loosening it with the finger, and it should be out. And I just dropped the nut. And we should be able to, should be able to just slide it off. Might have to wiggle it just a little bit. Woo! Got that one. Alright guys, so we found the situation. This clamp right here was covering up this part of the pipe, and this is the reason why we couldn't get it out. So you want to move this clamp over. Definitely do that before you unscrew these clamps or these screws right here. And what you want to do is, like the mufflers, just wiggle it out. literally wiggle it out. So like with us, we had to hold this shit down because we were ass backwards with it, and we unscrewed these first to make it loose, but we didn't know that this part was connected. So keep those screwed in. You want to unhook this, then screw those out. It makes it way more easier to just pull this out, and then to be able to pull this side out. And now it's off. So now we're on to the next step to start installing the new one. Woo! Excited. The project is going. Right now, Hawaii time, it is 3:15. We started probably about 12. It took us roughly 3 hours. I feel like me showing you guys this video, it'll take you a lot less, because again, we have not found a video and we were doing this all just kind of winging it. So hopefully this video will help you guys out, and it should take you a lot less than that, especially if you have the correct tools. And I will definitely make a tool list in the description, every single tool that we use, so that way it can help you guys out if you decide to change your exhaust yourself and shorten your time from 3 hours to maybe like an hour and a half, if that. And we're getting another beer break, you know. Hey, small little accomplishments. Fucking marathon, not a sprint, baby. All right, guys. So Beauchamp got this hoe. What is that, a 12-inch wrench?
Yeah,
12-inch wrench.
We also took these out.
You had to take these two bolts out. We took these two out before we took this one out, but 12-inch wrench will loosen this bad boy up. And you can take this off, and then you remove that. Woo! And this bad boy is starting to look a little bit different, or actually way different. So now our next step is to install the rear and front header of our new exhaust, which is gonna be fun. I'll get back to you guys on that one as we formulate a game plan and put this on video for you guys. I'll definitely, as we're installing this one, I'm doing a lot of hands-on stuff as well. That's why I'm not really recording. I'll try and get more footage of us actually installing the parts, so that way you guys can see, and that way it's not really just skipping parts. But yeah, the biggest thing, make sure for the rear and front was to move that bracket. We didn't move that bracket at first, so we didn't know that it was two separate parts, but it is. Split that one up, then you remove the bolts. You can take those off. Then the next step is to remove the bracket. So once you do that, you'll be good. He's removing my foot peg. So this was a foot peg, actually stock. Indian gave this to me when I bought the bike, and it was over my old pipes, so that way the passenger could easily, you know, rest their foot without touching the exhaust and burning their heels and stuff like that. So getting that removed, because there's really no need for it. On this side, you see there really isn't anything there, because my new exhaust should stop right about here, which the passenger won't even feel it, but they'll definitely hear it, you know what I'm saying? So for this one, we did the front and the back. This one, so what you want to do is, obviously my gaskets were still good, thank God. You put the pipe in first, then you connect this part, and then lightly turn the screws, so that way you can still move it just a little bit, so that way you can connect the O2 sensor down here. The next thing for this one was a pain in the ass to get, and that was also the pain in the ass to take out. So it was two people, like, it had to be, because we didn't remove all of this stuff, so it was two of us that did it. I connected this, he helped hold this part in place. I screwed the top one in, and then I turned, well, I already screwed this in, so I'm not gonna do it again, but I turned this pipe all the way up so I could get to that screw down there. And that one, it took both of us to fucking put our hands and hand tighten it. So now our next step is to actually connect the muffler, and then we're gonna mount it. We're gonna connect it here, we're gonna mount it, and then we're also gonna put the fucking the heat shield, and we should be just about done with this damn thing. I did not connect the O2 sensor here yet, slightly because I want to connect this muffler first, and then I'll be able to adjust what I need to as far as tightening these screws with the socket wrench, so that way that they're tight enough that they don't actually move when I'm riding. But I wanted to connect the muffler first. All right, so you'll get back to me when you see it's done. Hopefully you guys like the finished product. It's already looking nice. Next thing we're gonna do is attach this mount that it gave to us onto this swing arm right here, and we're gonna have to loosely tighten it again with that big ass bolt that we had struggled with before, which is right here, and we're doing that shit all by hand for right now to loosely tighten it. That way we can adjust how it needs to be, and then from there we are going to get the springs that they gave us and attach it to the muffler. Yep, springs. Oh, yeah, I got one.
Oh, I was wondering where that was.
No, yep. And then, I think the same, like, we'll get back to you guys on this one once we figure it out. We're about to start installing the muffler. So once you get these in, the next thing you want to do, hold on. Once you get them in, there's these brackets right here that you're gonna put for your springs, and you're actually gonna put that on the bike itself. We'll get back to you on that one because clearly this is a little bit of a two-man job, and yeah, that's how you do it. Once you attach these, can you hand me the clip, the little spring? So you get these supplied, and you'll just hook them from one to the next, and they'll stay like that. All right, guys, so we got them on. What we did was we put this one on first. Then we put this one on, then we put the springs on, and you gotta like play with it, rotate the muffler if you need to, but to get the springs on, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So we're using pliers here to connect it, and then we have our little mallet right here, which will like lightly bang on it to make sure that it's in place, so it doesn't, you know, fly up like if you happen to hit something. Use like a screwdriver or something.
Yep.
Is it in?
Be good, yeah.
Alright, so now that we got that in, we connected this part. So the next step is to get the screws and connect this, and it is actually turning out really nice. We still haven't tightened the inside or attached the O2 sensor yet. Once we connect this, actually we might end up tightening this first and then tightening the bottom part, but it's actually coming together really nice. It's pretty cool to see. I took my seat off, I don't know why, but you see the passenger won't be affected by it, so this is really no need for this. I might keep it there just for, you know, the passenger's comfort, you know. It looks just fucking ill. It's already like, it already has like a little rustic scene on it, and I'm gonna make this bad boy change a nice fucking color. I'm just saying, I can't wait to start this hoe up. That's all personal preference as per the instruction. I don't know, I might end up taking this hoe off, to be honest with you. It looks a little crooked to me, but I mean, it's probably because of the spring. I'm putting it there just, you know, test it out. That's the final product. Now it's time to hit this bad boy run. Hey, Bochamp, you ready for this? Yo. The video does it any fucking justice, but this is amazing. So that is how to install the Twin Brothers Shorty exhaust, full system exhaust. All right, Bochamp's probably gonna flex a little bit. He just want. All right, I want to hold on. We're gonna test it out. I guess, guys. Yeah. Hey, this shit sounds so fucking mean. But yeah, that's how to install a Two Brother Shorty exhaust.